In part 2 of my talk with artist and humanitarian Jeremy Cowart, he shares the behind-the-scenes setup of a typical celebrity shoot, some painful misfires that can occur, and his hip-hop dance moves.
Adorama TV presents the reDefine show with Tamara Lackey, where she talks with creatives who make it all work, bringing their best creative and business tips to you, along with fresh ideas and equipment favorites.
What is from Help Portrait? A lot of people know about the organization. Tell us the website.
Help-portrait.com.
Okay. What would you like people to get involved with when it comes to that? I know you recently were like, dude, we need donations.
We do. After 3 years, it's been a beautiful volunteer movement, but it's time to get down to business, and we want more people to be affected. For that to happen, more people need to be involved. For that to happen, we need help as a administrative staff, because my staff is really just 3 of us, and we're all crazy busy with families, and so Help Portrait becomes this 11 to midnight thing that we kind of try to do every night, and just balls are getting dropped. So we need help, and we finally decided to ask for help.
So given the things you're focused on, and your family, and your growing family, what is your, besides Evernote, which I know is another brain, I love Evernote, what is your mindset about keeping it all under control?
I have a business manager, a secret little ninja that is amazing, and he helps.
You have a ninja?
I do have a ninja, and he actually, I think, secretly is a ninja. But he manages it all beautifully, from the legalities of stuff to the contracts to the sponsor relationships. Like, he does all this stuff that I'm terrible at. So without him, none of this would be happening.
Got it.
For sure.
But what about at home? Your wife, she helps you, but also stays with the kids. That's very helpful.
Yeah, and she's heavy into the adoption process. She's kind of...
Which is an unbelievable amount of work.
Yeah, she just supports me and produces photo shoots and hangs with the kids. And
produces means helps coordinate, gets it all together, lines up the location, hair, makeup, all of that.
Assistants, catering, all that good stuff.
So shooting celebrities, I know that sometimes a shoot is just a shoot, and other times you develop this fantastic long-term relationship. Who are some people that stand out to you that like have become genuine people that you really care about?
A lot of times it's hard to establish a long-term relationship because shoots are so quick, and I'm just another photographer to them. They don't know, who I am.
It's not true.
It is true. It's very true.
But it's not true.
But I've shot Tim Tebow a few times, and I love that guy. And he's everything people think he is. Just a really great guy. Imogen Heap is an artist that I still keep in contact with, who I have just crazy respect for. Gosh, I always go blank on those celebrity questions because I've shot so many. And it's hard. It's hard. I'm just kidding.
Gotta keep them all straight.
Yeah, no.
They're just another celebrity to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because I recently did my first shoot for Entertainment Weekly, which was really exciting because they were like the first client I ever put on the map. I want to shoot one day for Entertainment Weekly. But I just shot for them, and Connie Britton from Friday Night Lights, I got to work with her.
Yeah.
And she walked on set with her adopted child from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
So immediately we had a lot to talk about, so that was cool.
Yeah, I would love to see that become more mainstream in general. Like if you think about the fact that 110 million orphans in the world,
Right.
And it's still something that stands out, I would love it to be less and less a standout thing. And I do think there's a lot of movement with high profile people that does help contribute, but it needs to be more everyday mainstream, like not such an unusual thing.
That'd be amazing.
It really would. We'll do a project for that.
Cool. 2014. Sweet.
Just out of curiosity, when you go to what you would consider you talked about the Entertainment Weekly shoot. When you go into something like that, and your wife is helping to produce the shoot or producing the shoot in full, how much of a say do you have in like what gear comes, this and that, or you just say, hey, all right, everybody, just bring your stuff in and do your thing?
No, I order all the gear myself and know what I need, and based on the set and everything.
When you say order, so like very quickly, what does that mean? What's that process look like?
Well, for like that set, for that shoot, I know I have 3 sets, and so I have a certain amount of gear that I bring myself, but then I know that I'm going to need...
That's just your gear? Okay.
But then I know I'm going to need a few more beauty dishes, a few grids, a few, maybe a smoke machine, maybe a couple of fans for hair. I just know what the shoot will entail, so I order what I don't have.
So what does that mean, though, order?
Rent.
Okay. Yeah.
From a gear company close by.
Okay, and then so you rent it, you have it show up, you bring in your assistants. Is it the same crew every time?
A rotating crew.
And why I'm asking this is, I know it's kind of a jarring shift from what we just said.
That's all right.
I'm not a photographer. Tell me about photography. But why I'm asking this is because a lot of people can't quite envision work that you're doing, and it's helpful to get an idea of what that means. And so you're using terminology that's obviously comfortable because you've done this enough times. But so for somebody who's getting into it and say, God, I would love to do that kind of stuff, how big of a deal is that? You know, what are you doing? And you're saying you need somebody to organize all of the details. You need gear that you bring, but you don't have to always bring it. You just rent it, and because that is sometimes a stopper for people. They don't really think about the fact that, hey, I can just rent it.
All right,
I
exactly.
don't need to invest all this, and if it doesn't work out. You should own a smoke machine by now, though.
I do. I have
you do?
one. Yeah.
And then in terms of how many people are an average shoot for you, what would you say?
My crew or the whole crew?
Your crew, what it requires from a photography perspective.
I usually have 3 assistants, and then hair and makeup, they usually have an assistant or 2. And then wardrobe styling, she usually has an assistant. And so, but my crew is usually 3 plus me.
Okay, and how much of that is you doing the details, and how much of that is you just simply shooting or directing?
I mean, I direct all the lighting and shoot and do all the creative, and they just do what I tell them to do, you know.
Isn't that nice?
And then my bosses, you know, we're collaborating. My boss being the art director, being the person who hired me, we collaborate and make sure I'm getting their vision.
Yeah.
But the Entertainment Weekly shoot, there was no art director on set, so it was totally in my hands.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was up to me. That was cool.
Did you bill a line item for that?
Totally.
Nice.
Yeah, art director. Yeah.
Most terrifying experience you've ever had in your career?
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Gosh, that's a good one. I can't remember the most mad I've ever been.
Oh, what's that one?
And I don't get mad, so. Well, I once was hired to shoot the movie poster for that movie Crazy Heart with Maggie Gyllenhaal and Jeff Bridges.
I love that movie.
And so I was getting ready to do that shoot, and I got a call. If you had asked me at the time what's like the coolest job you could shoot on the planet right now, it would have been Lost, the TV show. And so I'm preparing for Crazy Heart, and we get a call that says, hey, you just got asked to shoot Lost. But my agent, and she said, but I had to turn it down because you're already shooting Crazy Heart. And so I was really bummed and whatever, but I was still excited to shoot Crazy Heart. So I get out to Santa Fe. We set up for 3 days. We're about to shoot Crazy Heart, and I get Maggie Gyllenhaal for a few minutes, and then she has to leave, but she's coming back. And then for different reasons, all the actors had to bail. The whole shoot fell through. Meanwhile, I could have been in Hawaii shooting Lost. So both gigs canceled in the same day and fell through. And so
painful.
It was painful, yeah. It was bad.
I lost it all.
Yeah, I lost and Crazy Heart.
All right, now scariest.
Scary.
And terrifying meaning like, not necessarily physical danger, but like something really big fell through in a way that you could have controlled, I should say.
Losing images is always terrifying.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I've had an assistant lose a whole shoot, a celebrity shoot.
Oh, how?
Just, I think a hard drive my laptop got full. He thought it was backed up, but it wasn't yet. And so he deleted the shoot. A full day of shooting like Denise Richards, Ryan Seacrest, all these celebrities. Yeah, gone.
Like no way to data recovery?
No, we didn't get it back.
So what do you do? Reshoot or just?
Well, thankfully that was a 3-day shoot. So I already had 2 days in the can of images, but still, it was a big deal to.
That was probably the best day.
Yeah.
All right, you and I are going to the next thing.
We are.
And before we go though, we're going to splice in a little bit of a nice ending that you're going to do for us, right?
Totally.
So I want to thank you for your time here, and let us pause and watch this together.
Okay.
Adorama TV is brought to you by Adorama, your best source for the equipment and knowledge you need. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 7 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, the next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Check out the Adorama Rental Company for professional cameras, lighting, computers, and more. We'll help you make the best selection to match your needs while giving you the knowledge to achieve the best outcome from your rental. Adorama is your complete solution for equipment, printing, training, and more. Adorama, more than a camera store.